I'm back. Well, here we are. Another review, another day. Well, what have I got this time? This little thing turned up in the post. It all looks exciting to me. Dr. J effects pedal. Yeah. I never heard of Dr. J myself, but I flipped the box round and it said Dr. J, make your own tone, Joyo technology. Now I have heard of them guys. They make amps as well and things like that. It should all be interesting. This is a D51 Arsenal Distortion. I can't wait. It's all going to be good. We're going to take a look inside and out, as we always do on these reviews, so you'll get a bit of an idea of the quality and things like that. So let's get it out of the box and take a quick ganders, as they say in England. Yeah, there it is. The Dr. J, you get loads in the box. The Dr. J Arsenal Distortion. What I like about it, right off the bat, this is an aluminium casing. You know, you see some of them things out there that are just really cheaply made, but this one, it doesn't look bad actually. Serial number on the back and that sort of thing, but we'll take a bit of a closer look, I think. See what you really get. Yeah, this pedal, it basically comes from a place called gearbest.com. Right here. That's where he basically resides. You can buy piles of things off that website. It's like an online shop type of thing. The thing is, they sent it to me, and I just got to tell you this. I didn't pay for this. They just sent it and said, "Tell me what you think of that." Now, anybody that does that and sends it to me, you know, I'm a pretty genuine guy, and if it's junk, I'll say so. But we'll see. Metal starts off good. Metal. So we'll see where that leads. There's a link there, right there somewhere, where you can go and see this pedal online, and I'll put that link in 2 or 3 times throughout the video. It's worth going to have a look. Yeah, well, especially after you've seen it. Well, what's special about the Arsenal Distortion from Dr. J? Well, I don't know. One of the things I like is this mid switch, because that allows you to get sort of British tones and more modern metal tones as well out of the same pedal. You've also got regular tone, output, obvious. You've got distortion level and pre-level, so it should all be pretty nice, really. And it is. It's a true bypass pedal as well, which is pretty good, bearing in mind how much it costs. This pedal from gearbest.com costs just $66, give or take, and it lists at about $169. And in England, translating everything, it's about 47 quid, or pounds, and £120 list. And, you know, that's what pedals go for, isn't it? You've seen them. Anyway, enough of that tattle. Let's get on with it. And what I'm going to do first of all is whiz the back off, so we can have a real good look at what the quality's like inside. I mean, you know what quality can be like. It can be sometimes dodgy. I like to see what we're getting for the money. Just hold on a moment. Okay, well, I've unscrewed the back, and we can whip that off. Hey, it is an alloy. They say aluminium. Maybe. In either case, let's go down close up and take a look at what's in here. I always like this bit somehow, I don't know. Okay, well, here we are looking inside the unit. There's not a lot to see on the inside. Everything goes on the other side of the PCB, which is a pity really. I don't really want to strip it all down. I don't think I will. There's just too much to do. You've got all these switches on the other side to pull apart. Well, the thing that matters, I guess, is you can see the general overall quality of the solder. I would say that's flow soldered on a machine, which is actually in some ways it's quite good, because what you get on these really cheap nasty pedals, and this isn't, well, it's cheap, but it isn't nasty. What you get on the bad ones, let's rephrase that, is that the solder's been hand done and it's all over the show. On this one, to be honest, it's a really nice Finish. You can tell. So you're not going to see really any problems with things like dry joints and things like that. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't come with a battery. You have to supply your own, but it can be battery driven, or it can have a power up at the top here, just on the edge. We're going to cover that in a moment. So you can use a 9-volt power supply. So that's all good as well. So I can't really show you much more inside. I can show you the back of the case and what it's made of. It looks to me to be a sort of zinky type of material. They say aluminium. I'm not going to argue either way, but it is metal, and that's what matters, I guess. You know, the rough and tumble of pedals, you know how they can be, don't you? They get thrown around like you wouldn't believe. Okay, well, here we are around the front. As I said, it's an Arsenal Distortion by Dr. J. We've got a tone, obvious. We've got an output level, which can be useful, depending on what you're trying to do with it. We'll come back to that later. We've got this pre level, and we've got the distortion itself. So this is a bit like a volume. Yeah, all exciting, but obviously they've got the usual on and off. I mean, there's not much you can say about that, really. Everybody knows what that is, right? Except that this pedal is true bypass, and true bypass means that it's not going to sap away all the sort of tones when it's switched out. It may not sap them away when it's switched in, but with distortion it's harder to tell. So this here is a mode switch, and you've got mode A and mode B, and I know that the unit can give you all the various tones between a Marshall and a sort of modern metal tone or sound. All sounds good to me. Around the side you've got an input, this side, and you've got an output, this side. All common everyday stuff. And at the top here, just on the edge above here, you've got DC 9 volts in, and that really covers the majority of the pedal. But I do just want to whiz around the back and just talk for a few seconds about something else. And here we are around the back. Well, it's got a serial number. It's upside down, but don't worry about that. It just depends which way around you've got the pedal. But more importantly, there's no CE approval markings on the back of this, or rush compliance markings. It does have them, but they're not actually on the pedal, and I'll show you where they are. Hold on. And there they are. They're on the box. We've got CE marks, rush compliance. Not sure what the other one is. Something to do with disposal, I think. But it's Joyo Technology. There's all their address. It is made in China, but I would have liked to have seen these on the product itself, which is where they should be, really. So overall, not a badly made pedal. It's I would have liked to have seen that CE on the back, like I said, and you know, any manufacturer that sees this should be really working on that. Just on the sticker isn't really good enough, unless you put the sticker on there, which you should do, maybe. Anyway, there it is. It also has, by the way, an on and off LED, which I didn't talk about before, which will be on and off as we flip her in. So what we are going to do is we're going to go outside into the studio and come up with a few tones, you know, for different styles, so you get a good idea of how this thing sounds, especially in a sort of musical context. I'm not always sure that just playing the odd bit of distortion and things without a musical context is the best way. I do think that you know, getting the real deal in a track with the guitarist is much better. Unfortunately, you'll have to put up with me, but that's life. I did play this earlier, and you know, off camera before I got here, because otherwise I can't really talk about it too much, can I? It's not a bad pedal, actually, and you know, if you believe the list prices, it's been a pretty expensive pedal. I know that buying it direct you get it cheaper, so gearbest.com, them boys over there on my crib sheet, is probably the cheapest place you can go. But I have seen it online as well, actually, for sale in the UK. It's probably for sale in the USA as well. Price jumps up a little bit, but it's not that bad. So, bearing in mind the music's coming up in a minute that way, You'll be able to hear it yourself. But how would I rate it? Well, on the build quality, quality is pretty good actually. You've got these type of inputs and outputs that don't easily crack and smash, which I like that. It looks a pretty robust type of product. It's got a pretty generic knobs on the front and things like that, but hey, listen, you're buying it for the sound. But the quality does also matter. But this quality seems pretty good, so I'm going to give this about an 8, which is, it says a lot, really, because it is a Chinese product, make no mistake of that. But, you know, some manufacturers in China, just believe me on this, can make very good products. Price usually goes this way. And with a list price of $169 and £120, give or take, the price is that way. So, you know, maybe it's a good deal. Well, it looks it. What about the overall sound and the rest of the thing? Well, I would have given it a higher rating had that CE approval been on the back of this, even as a sticker. However, it sounds pretty good, as you'll get to hear yourself. I like this mid. I thought that was very good. I've got that on another pedal too, which does do a lot of stuff. You know, changes the thing quite dramatically. So it's a pedal for a lot of uses rather than just, you know, you get some of these pedals, it's just one use. This one, you can do a lot of stuff with it. So I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. And bearing in mind the cost, bearing in mind it is made in China, and all the rest of it, that's not bad actually. 7 out of 10. I have reviewed pedals that have a 2 out of 10, but this one makes 7. Anyway, it's all good. Now I am going to do a written review on my website, which is www.TonyMckenzie.com. I'll get to it later, of course. The video goes first. And you already know about the video because you're watching it. But I also have a link so you can go and look at this directly, and that will be on my website. It'll also be on this video somewhere up there at the corner. Probably there now actually. Yeah, see it? Go and click it. You can see it yourself. So the music's coming up next, and yeah, not a bad pedal. What can I say? Yeah, so that's it for now. Go to my website, check the review when it's there. Watch this review, listen to the music coming up right now that way. And until next time, rock and roll.